Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Thank you for joining me for Fun Fold Friday, May 15th, 2026. Today I have a fun fold and we're going to be using the scallop blooms. This is a pretty easy one and we're using those everyday arches, and it is a birthday card. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. For those of you who don't know me, I do a Fun Fold Friday video every Friday at 12 o'clock. I'll post the video on my Facebook page and YouTube channel. So you can always find me there, and you can always find my replays on YouTube. Facebook does delete them after 30 days, but you can find them on YouTube. So a couple announcements. Again, if you're not on my email list, you can get the PDF for the project, which has the products, and then the second page has the measurements. And then I do my Workshop Wednesday tutorial as well. So every Friday morning you will receive both of them, and then plus the two previous Workshop Wednesday PDF tutorials. So every week you get like 4 tutorials for free. Just join my email list. Okay, and then the second is we have the Berry Botanical Vellum is the product of the month. So when you spend $75 in my online store, you can choose to purchase this for $5. It's really gorgeous, really pretty. And when you do, I will send you a tutorial that me and 5 other demonstrators, we each create 2 projects. I can't talk today. I don't know what it is. We each, here I go again. We each create 2 projects. So you'll get a total of 12 projects using the product of the month. Create. I don't know what's wrong with me today. It must be the traveling back, trying to catch up. And so, also I have my June Let's Create craft kit, which I'm using the Splash and Relax bundle. And so you will make 4 cards, and these are perfect from me just coming back from the beach. And a 3D project, which is here I go again, can't talk, sunscreen holder. And that tube of sunscreen will come in your kit as well. You're going to get a package of the Sunset Sparkle Sequence, a spool of the Hydrangea Hue ribbon, and then a half a pack of the Paper Medley Designer Series paper. And again, I said we're going to be using this bundle, the Splash and Relax, and it's so cute. The dies cut out all those cute little things. And we pretty much use all of them, I think, in this class. So the subscription link will be below in the description on YouTube, and then in the comments on Facebook. All right, and I don't know if you've had a chance to check out the May online exclusives. There's a bunch of fun products in there as well. So hopefully I'm going to be able to talk well while I'm doing our project. I don't know what's wrong with me today. All right, let's go ahead and turn you down. And again, thanks for joining me. And be sure and give me some likes, some loves. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get notified every time I upload a video. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our project. But first of all, I want to show you what I'm using. So I'm using the Valley and Bloom Designer Series paper. Yeah, Valley and Bloom Designer Series paper. I want to make sure it was the right name. So I'm going to be using this Designer Series paper. We're going to be using the shimmering dots. I'm not using this stamp set. So I've mentioned this, I don't know how many times before, that when I was doing my paper shares, I was just so impressed with the beauty of these Designer Series papers that do all the work. So we're going to use I believe this pattern and this pattern. I'll pull these out. So, just look at how pretty they are. Let me see. I know there's like a gingham, like okay, maybe I used it already. No, there it is. It's on the back of the one we're using. But this paper is so pretty. And I did not order that set, so we are going to be using the Scalloped Blooms, which is another bundle in here. But we're just gonna use one of the dies from the bundle, and then we're using Happy Birthday. I already forgot what I was using. Happy Birthday. So this is another fun set. I wonder, do I have it marked in here? There's so many favorites that I have in here. Like I have this, you guys know I've already been using that. Scalloped Blooms. Here's, so this is Bloom Boutique. I've already used that designer series paper on some things. But here's the blooms. And then they have this floral one that goes with the Boutique Blossoms bundle. I had just gotten this one. So this is what we're using today. We're going to use our everyday arches. And we are going to use some Coastal Cabana. I'm already missing Summer Splash. How about you guys? You know, I hate to see colors go, but this is our fun fold card, and it's just pretty easy, pretty simple. But again, look at how pretty that designer series paper does all the work. So actually, if you're on my email list, you'll be getting this, or you would have already got it this morning. But if you're not, you could do a screenshot. Here are the measurements. I'm going to put that up there close for you guys, so you could do a screenshot if you need to. And let's go ahead and cut. Our card base is going to be 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And again, this is Coastal Cabana. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that is our base. And then we're going to need 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 by, let me open my arm here, 6 1/4, and the quarter is right there. It's probably hard for you to see in the camera. 6 1/4, and we're gonna score it at 1 inch. So I'm gonna score at 1 inch on this side since I'm there. And then that's gonna be like our card front. So let's see, our designer series paper for this one is 2 1/8 by 5 1/8. Let me see if this is, yep, 5 1/8. So 2 1/8, 2 notches after the 2. And when I put this on, I kept thinking I put my piece on crooked, but look, it's the lines on the designer series paper that kind of makes it look like it's crooked, but it's not. All right, so then we need this piece, and this is the full sheet, and it has this pattern on it. So it just depends how you cut it. So you could cut it to where your flowers are on the left, or on the right, or on the left. I'm gonna turn it and do it this way. I'm not sure that this is the proper way, but that's the way we're gonna do it. So this piece is going to be 4 1/8, 4 1/8, 2 notches after, and then we're going to turn it and cut at 5 3/8, 2 notches before the half. All right, I think that is it. Let me see, we have our 4 pieces. Let me get this trimmer out of the way. And still have the measurements here for you. So here's our 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, 2 1/4 by 6 1/4, scored at 1. Oh, scored at 1/2. Why did I do, now this is probably gonna be too short. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit short. No, that's the way it's supposed to be. So I need to change that to 1. I don't know why I did that. But that's me. So this is gonna be at 1. And because we are leaving it a little bit short, so you can see that designer series paper. So, as usual, me making my little boo-boos. You know, I've had to do so many projects to keep you guys busy while I'm gone. So this, I'm just gonna glue it here and leave just a little bit of a border. And then we are gonna add this piece. See, these lines are crooked too, so if you use it, don't think it's you. It's the designer series paper. That is the design. And I think I said that was basic beige, but actually it might be crumb cake. I think it is basic beige. Look at how pretty that designer series paper is. And then we're gonna put this one on our front. Look at even the back side, so pretty. What are your thoughts on this catalog now that you've had 10 days to look at it and order from it? And we'll put that one right on like that. This is a super easy fun fold card. You know, fun folds are just, they're fun to give away. People like them. And, all right, so let me get the die cutting. Watch how simple this card goes together with just some die cuts. And there went my trimmer. At least it didn't fall on the floor this time. I don't know, am I gonna fit all these on here? Let's see. This one, we need to go here. And of course, it's not gonna cooperate. It wants to do its own thing. This one goes over here. And let's see. I'm gonna end up cutting part of that Coastal Cabana, but that's okay. It's just so we could get all 3 on at once. And wait, I'm gonna go back with it again. I just want to make sure this cuts through those 2 sheets of paper because I have them stacked on one another. And how is everybody doing? Crazy weather everywhere. Okay, so there's a, look, this kind of looks like a cloud. You could use the scallop for a cloud. You know, always think outside the box. You can use your dies for so many different things. All right, get this guy out of the way. Keep bumping my measurements out of the way for you. But if you took a screenshot, you're good. And let's get all our pieces. So we're just gonna layer these 2 on one another. So I'm gonna glue them. And I pulled these colors, I don't even know if I told you. This is Lost Lagoon, Coastal Cabana. And I have basic beige. And this is the 5th to the smallest arch, 4th to the smallest arch, and 3rd to the smallest scallop. Okay, so we are going to use, so I was starting to say, I pulled the colors out of the designer series paper. So on the back of your designer series paper, it always tells you all the colors that are in it. That's awfully small for me to look at a glance if I don't have my glasses on. So I always write them over here big so I can look. So I pulled the basic beige. Coastal Cabana, and, ooh, I pulled Lost Lagoon because I thought it looked better, but, I mean, I'm sure Pretty Peacock would have looked well. But it's always there. And then so Garden Green is in there, so I'm using Garden Green ink. And we're going to stamp Happy Birthday. I love the sentiments in this set. Just these two are just very everyday use. How many birthdays do you have a month? I know I have a ton. So we're going to stamp Happy Birthday in Garden Green onto our basic beige scallop. Now the scallop we're going to go ahead and put on with some dimensionals. And looky here, I have a few left off of this sheet. And we will just use them. I have been creating nonstop, always trying to get ahead. You know, I appreciate your guys' support when I travel, because I do travel a lot. You know, I have 6 kids all over the country. They're spread all over. We have one in Florida, one in Indiana, one in Southern California, 2 in Northern California. So we're gone a lot. So I just appreciate your support, you know. I try to keep providing my videos for you while I travel so that, you know, you are kept going while I travel. So I'm going to add some glue to maybe about half, and it's up to you where you want to place this. I kind of left just a little border here, a little border here, kind of in the center. Oops, mine's moving, probably because of my glue. But yeah, I still try to keep my videos going for you guys. I hate to not, and it seems like I always travel Wednesdays to Wednesdays, which always affects my workshop Wednesday videos, but I do them. So we're going to do a double bow. What I do is I just fold my linen thread in half and then tie a bow. And ta-da! Make this a little bigger. My ribbon scissors. And tighten that up. I need some more linen thread. You guys see that? I use linen thread a lot. It's a pretty versatile ribbon twine that you can use. We're just gonna put that at the bottom. And then these lovely shimmer dots. Aren't those shimmer? They're called shimmering dots. Aren't they so pretty? And you know, on the first page, I list all of the stuff that I use, and I have the product number. So you can go straight to my online store here or this link, and you can purchase the products. I listed all, I did all the hard work for you. Okay, so we're going to use 2 of these colors. Get my take your pick tool. I think these are Coastal Cabana. They look like it. I'm going to put 2 here. A big one over here. And then these might be Granny Apple Green, which is also in this designer series paper. And there is our card. Oh, wait, we're not done. So here we have a 2x5 piece of basic beige, which I already had cut. On my original, you're going to see I put white, but after I was like, I used the beige, I need to use the beige. So this one is pretty easy to go in. We're just going to glue it. Isn't that paper so pretty? I tell you, these designer series paper in this catalog are so pretty. I do have paper shares still available. Mine is a 6x6 paper share. You get 80 sheets from 50 collections for $43. And some are specialty papers. So what I did when I glued this, I just eyeballed from here to make sure that I'm in between that, and it'll be hidden, just like so. And then there is your card. That is it. If you would like a paper share, let me know, and you could email me or just comment below, and I'll get back to you for your paper share. But there's our card. Super easy, fun fold Friday card. Let me know what you think, and you guys have a great weekend. I think that's it. It was so quick. Take care, everybody. Bye.